Hello everyone, it's Heidi with Downtown NorCal, and it's time for wine time, that fabulous time of the week when it's time to drink wine, or whatever it is you're drinking. Do let me know. Tonight I'm going to be covering socks, sports bras, and what's the latest on my website. I know that doesn't sound very exciting, but it might be. But first, I'll tell you what I'm drinking, and I'm going to try it live. I have not tried this wine. This is called 37th Parallel. It's a Pinot Noir from Santa Cruz County, made entirely 100% in Santa Cruz County. Grown, bottled, all of it right here. So, here's what I think about it. That's darn good. And the way we got turned on to this wine is we went down to the Capitola Art and Wine Festival a few weeks back, and we of course could not taste all the wines or we'd be, in the bag still. But nonetheless, we did talk to people who knew a lot about local wines, and this was one of their recommendations, and I say, good job whoever recommended this one. I'm also drinking some water because my dance teacher is going to kill me if I don't hydrate. I am a little bit disheveled tonight because I just got out of a dance class, so there's my token sip of water. All right, as for what I am wearing, I know I'm wearing dance clothes, so sorry about that, but I wanted to wear this top because this is one of these tops that can go a lot of different ways, and I've had it for a very long time. So I just showed you the back, but in the front it's kind of cute, and it could go in a little skirt or, pair of pants, throw a jacket on it. You could really dress it a lot of different ways. And the reason I chose this top tonight is that I frequently wear it to dance, but I also will wear it out. And it is a perfect example of the things I talk about on Downtown NorCal. I bought this years ago, and the brand you may have heard of is Bailey, and I think they go by Bailey 44 now, whatever. But I found them first in a small boutique in Yvonne, Capitola, which I talk about frequently on the blog. But they carried them first among other small boutiques. They did not just land surprise one day in Nordstrom and all the other places they go now. So when you have a nice designer, they start small, and it's the boutique that catches the talent and then, brings them to you in a larger capacity. So think about that every time you're checking out boutiques, because they're discovering what's up and coming and what's going to be good. And I like Bailey as a brand in general. I think you can really rely on their quality. They're kind of basic looking, but they always have a little twist. So you saw the back of this. I'll show it again. It's just kind of interesting. So, and then there's like this little gap, and I love to wear it to dance because it keeps me kind of cool, but also a little covered, so I don't feel like I'm trying to compete with the 20-year-olds in the dance floor. But, it's just great for that. So do think about that when you're shopping. I also wanted to talk about, so today, if I start crying, I apologize because I'm a really ugly crier. My son, who's 21, went back to the University of Oregon for to start his final year there. So go Ducks, but very hard to say goodbye to him. And the reason I bring him up, cheers Chase, is that he is very much unlike me when it comes to shopping in terms of how much he'd like to spend. And even though we're supporting him in college, he still is very frugal. So this week I said, honey, I'm the mom you could really take advantage of if you'd like, but he doesn't. And I said, what do you need? You must need something for back to school. This is the time of year when you kind of look at your wardrobe and see what you need, especially before you're leaving the house to go back for your final year. And he said, the only thing I need, Mom, is 5 pairs of socks. I am not kidding, 5 pairs of socks. So what's cool about this story, though, is he is a sock snob. And so I went down to where we get the socks, and what he likes are Balega socks, and we get these at Fleet Feet in Davis. There are a few Fleet Feets here and there. They are a specialty running store, but and they're also good to fit for all kinds of athletic endeavors, but they're specialty for running. They really know what they're doing. So if you are an athlete of any sort, do consider going to Fleet Feet for your shoes. But we happen to love these socks, so I went down and I got Chase his 5 pairs. Actually, I added a few of back to school socks. There you go. There was his exciting back to school shopping trip for the year. Whatever, I try. But what also got me thinking about Fleet Feet, and I'll just put this up here. Fleet Feet is the name of the store, and I'm going to talk about sports bras because about a year ago I had a breast surgery, and I went to the doctor for one of my very early follow-ups, and he said, hey, you know, you're actually ready to advance into a regular sports bra. But he gave me some specifications about what he would want to see me in. And you know, when you're having a breast surgery, you don't want something you're tugging on, and you know, something that's difficult and you're struggling with, because you're restricted with what you're lifting and that kind of thing. So right then and there, I was ready to get out of the hospital garments that they had given me, and I was like, I'm going with whatever 3 minutes of energy I had after the surgery. And I went to Fleet Feet in Davis again because it was local. I was able to walk right in. I didn't have to think about what and guess what I might find online and wait for a few days to get it and maybe send it back and, you know, deal with the boxes and all of that. I just walked into Fleet Feet, and within 5 minutes I ended up with this sports bra. This is the very first Handful sports bra, and that is the name, and I absolutely love the name that I ended up with there at Fleet Feet that day. It has little adjustable straps, and the reason I'm bringing this sports bra up is that I have them in many, many colors, and they carry them at Fleet Feet all the time. So this was a real find to me. I don't know, I mean, I'm a little bit small, and so I don't need the over-the-shoulder boulder holder that some women need, but I was really happy about this, the lightweight feeling. It doesn't create a bunchy kind of, you know, back fat stuff that women like to stay away from. It makes you feel free. It doesn't feel like body armor. And then, of course, they have these nice little modesty pads you can add if you like. Here's another color. But Handful is the name of this brand, and I love it. They also have, if you are a curvier woman, they do have some with thicker straps. So go ahead and head down to your Fleet Feet and look for, again, Handful. Great name. Okay. On the website this week, new, I added an article about food waste and a whole industry that is developing around what we're doing with foods. For example, I was so fascinated by this, but you know, there's this large juicing industry out there, and some of the waste that comes from that, they're taking and making snack bars out of them. So really healthy nutritional options out there, and all kinds of ways to think about what you're doing, how you're consuming food, and so forth. So that article is linked on Connectors. Remember, go to Heidi's Haunts, click on Connectors, and you see articles there that help you think about how you're shopping and what the world is doing to reduce the impact of our consumption. And then the other thing I will tell you is that I do have a new blog up. I didn't tell you that last week because I had just come out of a bayou in New Orleans and was a little bit disheveled then too, but I'm not as disheveled this week, so do check out my blog if you like. That's all at downtownnorcal.com, downtownnorcal.com. Remember to follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, and YouTube, and when you're on my website, feel free to sign up for my newsletter. It's a once a month, quick in your email. I'm not going to flood it, so feel free to sign up and I can stay in touch with you. And we just sent out the September newsletter, so I know that's gotten a lot of good feedback, and I appreciate it. All right, here's to a very good week to you, and happy back to school. Good night.